Gonna do a test run here for. I think I'm gonna start doing YouTube instead of TikTok for all my videos. And the reason why is TikTok's been throttling my videos. I'm just talking about enlightenment and spiritual awakening, and which is what we're involved with now. And my message was going out to the chosen ones. If you don't know already, some of you may have found out. Some of you have, because I've seen the videos on Facebook where the card readers are saying, now you've come to that point where you realize the darkness is on your side too when it comes to people that are attacking you and coming against you and stuff like that. So some of you have already gotten to that point, but that was after I'd made those. Okay, whatever. It's not a I me my race. But anyway, you've realized that in order to deal with the darkness that you're struggling with, you have to be grateful for it for being a teacher that evolves you into a higher light. So that's all very important stuff that you have to acclimate to. Um, Chosen ones have spent their entire lives in darkness. It's especially the anointed ones like myself, and so we're at that point of realization where it was all meant to help, and so now we're showing gratitude to that darkness for helping us always seek the light because the hell that we were going through was immense. And so that's what you've done, and now you're thanking Satan, the demiurge, whatever you want to call it, the principality of darkness. You're thanking that energy for being there to help propel you into a higher, you might call it vibration. I don't get up with all those giddy little terms, star seeds and 5D and all that stuff. I'm strictly talking about things from my perspective, from the visions I've had my entire life, which I can go into. But anyway, so now we're in this season where the battles continues to be darkness coming against us and challenging us and forcing us forward, and you have to be completely unveiled in your light self. And so that's what these fires are meant for, these struggles. That unfortunately is a part of it. You have to um, get really good at discerning which is yours and which is not, because the ones that are yours are just the stillness, the love, and the peace that you've found from the struggle. And so everything else is a projection. But what's going on with that projection is that you're learning that uh, it's a never-ending assault coming back to you. Well, there are people in very high positions in this world that are actively seeking to block that, and they'll use mind control technologies on the people around you. Um, that's been declassified by the CIA, and basically it's energy emission. So that's basically what they're trying to control is energy emission, because you're up here in the divine collective, and you're speaking with everyone's quote unquote Christ self or higher self, and you're saying, hey, I'm discovering these things about the light within and stuff like that, and it's trying to transpose down into their flesh selves, and their flesh selves are just outright rejecting it because of all the conditioning and the programming that they've gone through, and then the active parts of the conditioning or the mind control technologies and chemicals and all that are part of the day to day, the energy control weapons. And this is discussed by a woman that was working in and around those programs. She's on Facebook. I forget what her name is, but she's always got some kind of heavy stuff about that. And there's patents out there about hacking the human body with wavelengths. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with you going up into that space, in that to that collective where we all are. And when that information tries coming down to them, they reject it, and it goes back up and comes at you.